And now today, I would like to discuss the characteristics of an entrepreneur. Okay, we were discussing about entrepreneurship uh, last week, and now we have to go ahead. Now, before going to the types of entrepreneurs, I would like to list and explain you the characteristics of an entrepreneur. Now remember, entrepreneurship or an entrepreneur, all these are human beings. They are not someone who are out of the world, or who are someone, uh, not between from our group or not from us. They are a part and parcel of the society. They are common people. However, their passion, their perseverance, their patience, their great ability to follow up something, to reach a goal, to find an objective very passionately makes them special. Now, all of us are having some or the other quality of an entrepreneur. Remember that. And entrepreneurs are existing even in the corporate offices, even in the organizations. Remember that. So, entrepreneurship is not only practiced as an individual, what we can say, endeavor. It is also practiced when you are working, when you are an employee. So when we see these characteristics, try to identify which of these characteristics are matching with you, or which of these characteristics are similar to you. Not maybe all, but few characteristics are always existing in all of us. So we should try to identify the characteristics, we should try to identify our skill sets, make them strong, make them sharp, and apply it in our profession, apply it in our corporate world. Maybe as an entrepreneur, maybe as a leader, maybe as a project manager, or maybe as an employee. So all of us are entrepreneurs. Only the important task is that we identify what we are good in, we identify what are our skill sets, we identify what we are passionate about, and then we follow it. We follow our dreams. Okay. So now let us see a few characteristics of an entrepreneur. Now, all these months, all these days, you might be hearing to two new or two terms very frequently, that is creativity and innovation. Okay. Now, entrepreneurs need to be creative and they need to be innovators. Now, what is the simple meaning of this? What is the importance of being creative? What is the importance of being innovative? Let us first try to understand what is the meaning of creativity and what is uh, innovation. Now, basically, creativity means you are trying to create something new. You are trying to create something which you haven't done earlier. Okay. Now, it may not be a very unique thing. It may not be only existing in the world, but whatever you create becomes unique with your skill sets. Okay. Now, for example, you must have seen various paintings. Okay, like paintings of say nature. You must have seen paintings of beautiful ships on an ocean. You must have seen paintings of sunsets. You must have seen paintings of beautiful colorful houses. Now what happens is, when a painter creates his or her painting, it becomes unique because of the colors he uses, because of the imaginary sketches he draws. Okay. Now there may be 10 different paintings of nature, there may be 10 different paintings of flowers. Now they might be similar, but they are unique in themselves, because every person has created something of his or her thoughts. Every person has applied something unique in each of the painting, and that is the meaning of creativity. Now, you must have seen so many mobile brands. Okay. Now, when the mobiles are being designed, when they are being developed, lot many creative people are also working in the team. Remember, mobile, though it is an digital device, the functioning of the mobile is done or is designed and developed by, say, electronics and computer engineers, electronic and computer people who are working on that. But when it comes to the actual designing of the handset, when it comes to the actual designing of the operating system, which is called as user interface or human interface, human computer interface, it is also called as HCI. Many creative people are involved in that. Why? Because all the brands want that their mobile set should be the most creative one. They want to attract many clients, they want to attract many customers. So creativity is something which is very important characteristic of an entrepreneur. Now, when the entrepreneur himself or herself, they are creative, they will inspire their team members, they will inspire their employees to be creative. Okay. A very common example of creativity in entrepreneurship is the Google homepage, which you open every day, and you will see that uh, many times in a month, many times in a year, Google posts a new homepage depending upon the significance of the day or depending upon the celebration of the day. Because many people are working now, this is called as the front end, which is viewed by the customers, which is viewed by the users. So many people are working on that page to make it creative, so that people like it. Now, why creativity is important? First thing is that if you bring the same format, if you bring the same design in front of your clients, in front of your customers, people will not like it. We always are looking for some kind of change. We are always looking for something new, and that is why creativity is important. Okay. Now you will see that creativity can be in many, if you see the brands of the cars, if you see the models of the cars, so their design also changes after every version. If you see the websites which you are browsing every now and then, for example, Amazon or Flipkart or so many websites you are browsing. So you will see that these people are also changing the designs time to time, so that their clients accept whatever they are doing new. Their clients, they are keen about what new appears on the website. Okay. So that is why creativity is important. Now, what is the meaning of innovation? Now, there is a difference between creativity and innovation. Creativity will always give something new to you. Okay. It will create either new colors, it will create either new designs, it will create new format, it will create a new product or a new service, or it will create always something new. Innovation is applied to the existing product or to the existing service, and the format or the process or the appearance is changed. Okay. Now, for example, when first time there was a mobile charger introduced in the model of a two-wheeler. Okay. Now two-wheeler are existing for so many years. All of you must have drove two-wheelers.
Ma'am, I think someone is waiting in the lobby.
Oh, okay. Now I have admitted them. Okay. So now this additional feature of introducing a mobile charger in the two-wheeler model is innovation. You have not created out of the box two-wheeler, or you have not created out of the box automobile, but you have innovated something in that two-wheeler. Similarly, if you see the evolution of mobile phones, now I want all of you to do this exercise. I'll explain you this later on. You have to take one product and see the evolution. Evolution means how the product or how the service got evolved. It got shaped over the period of time, over the years. Now, when mobile phones got introduced first in the market, that was an invention, because no mobile phone was existing prior to that. That was an invention. Okay. Mobile phones were very simple in design, and they just had the core functions. They had just two core functions. One was using that device as a phone, and another was sending and receiving text messages. Okay. So that was the core function of a mobile phone. Now later on, if you see, more and more features started getting added in the new versions of the mobile handsets. Now the first thing which changed was the design of the mobile handset. If you see at the design, if you see at the weight of the mobiles when they got introduced, it was totally very simple. Only the characteristics, and there were buttons on the handset. They had A to Z alphabets, they had 0 to 9 numbers, and there were some few characteristics. So this was just a simple design of a mobile set. Then you will see slowly, basically the design started getting evolved. The design started getting changed. Okay. So mobile brands, as the competition what we can say increased in the market, the various companies, the various brands, they started making beautiful designs of the handsets. They also started changing the human computer interface. They started changing the SCI of the mobiles. They started making it more and more friendly in nature, so that people are not skeptical, or people are not afraid of using the mobile sets. Now, after the designs, one by one, the features started getting added. If you just see the history of mobile handsets, radio got added in the mobile handset, which was not there previously. Then camera got what we can say integrated in the mobile handset. Camera was a total different existing device, still it is. Mobile then integrated camera into them. Then you will see various applications, they started coming into your mobile handsets. Then you had two cameras. Then if you see the design again, the chargers became universal. Otherwise, in the early days, every mobile brand had their unique charging mechanism. Charger of one mobile set was not being used for any other brand. Now if you see, you have almost, I think, a very few brands like iPhone, they have a different charger or a different charging mechanism. But otherwise, most of the mobile brands, most of the mobile companies have made the universal design of their chargers. So you will see from a simple phone how a mobile handset now has become your whole world. Then you started having songs. Then you started having applications which could entertain you. Then you have started having, now in the last 1 year, we have all downloaded our digital applications on the mobiles, where we can engage sessions for the students. Similarly, students have downloaded the application where they can attend the classes. So see the evolvement of a mobile handset, and all these things, they come under innovation. The basic mobile device remained the same. Only what happened is more and more innovations started coming in that handset. Okay? So innovation is doing something in a new way, creating some new features in the existing product, creating something, a new way of designing it. Innovation also comes when you introduce some new processes, or when you search some new markets for the existing products. Okay, so innovation is not invention. So here we have seen what is creativity, that is, you create something new using your skill sets. Okay, creating paintings, creating designs, creating HCIs, etc. Invention is inventing something, bringing into existence which was not existing before. Okay, like a mobile handset, or when the automobile got first invented, or when the Wright brothers invented the concept of aeroplanes. Okay, so all these are the examples of inventions. Then we have seen innovations. Innovations means that you are applying your new ways for the existing services or the existing products. Okay. Now, one more example of innovation, or one more example of creativity is, if you
Hello, ma'am.
see, yes,
Ma'am, I have one doubt.
tell me, yes,
Ma'am, as we earlier, there are no fingerprint sensor on the mobiles. So
correct,
nowadays, as fingerprint sensor are there, so
yes,
that come under the creativity or the innovation.
innovation. See,
But the model has not changed. The features has changed. So we
so it
can.
is innovation, it is innovation.
Okay.
Now, see, I'll
Thank.
tell you, sometimes, basically, I'll tell you what happens in creativity and what happens in innovation. Now, see, this idea of bringing the fingerprint, say, scanning into the mobile handset is an innovative idea. Okay, see, now this fingerprint scanning idea, or this fingerprint scanning concept is already existing, right? Okay, now this you are integrating into your mobile handset. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Huh. So you are making, or you are adding one innovative, what we can say, feature to your mobile. Okay, so here comes the innovation. Now, due to this, what we can say, integration, if you change the way your mobile is being, what we can say, designed, if you change how your mobile looks, then it is creativity. Normally, what happens is, creativity is seen in some kind of artistic form. Okay, now for example, very same example, if you can take, if you see various paintings, each person has created a unique painting using his or her skill sets. Okay, now when your mobile colors are being designed, when your mobile, now see, normally if you see superficially, all mobiles are rectangular in shape, right? Then all mobiles have a standard format. Like you will not find that one mobile is oval, one mobile is round, one mobile is rectangular, one mobile is square. No. However, if you see the color combinations, if you see the corners of the mobile, if you see the screen width and length, they are changing. So your mobile, how it looks, how it is created will change. Okay, creativity will normally comes into picture when there is an interface, or when there is what we can say, something you are looking at or something you are clicking on. For example, as I told you, Google. Okay, now Google is changing the home page. Are you getting my point? Now, when there is a different kind of painting, or there is a different kind of image, or there is a different kind of, say, uh, slogans on the Google homepage, they have made the page creative. Or if you view various websites, and now all of you know about submit button. You have seen the submit button so many times, isn't it? On any of the websites. Now,
Yes, ma'am.
submit button appears in different forms on different websites. There may be a flower, there may be a different font, or there may be a different color, or that submit button is incorporated in some image. So here you are, now submit is a very basic function. All of you know that. But how to submit a particular, on a particular page, they have made it creative. Are you getting my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Huh. So creativity will add a more kind of artistic view to your product. And you take any product in your say day-to-day life, or if you see most of, say, even higher end products, how they appear depends upon the creativity of the designer. Okay. Now, for example, cars. Now the basic function of car क्या रहता है? Traveling, commuting. Okay. So you use the cars, or you use the automobiles for traveling, for commuting. However, what you like about your automobiles is also that how they appear, how is their stance, how they look, how beautiful they will appear when you make them very, nice and clean and very presentable. So creativity will normally decide how a product or service will look. Creativity has importance in everything. Now, for example, when you visit a restaurant, if you like the ambience of the restaurant, then you feel like going there again. Why? Because the ambience has been created beautifully. Okay. Or if you go, say, to a cake shop, and if you see the various varieties in the cakes, now the taste will vary, and also the appearance of the cake will vary. Now that appearance is the example of creativity. Okay. And you will find creativity and innovation go hand in hand. Okay. When you add a new feature to your product, the product becomes innovative. When you make your product more beautiful, when you make your product more presentable, when you make your product more user friendly, it is creative. Are you getting my point? So, men?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Okay. Yes. Now see, all these things, as I said, now only point remaining is that I want to explain you is about discovery. Now discovery is a concept where not only an entrepreneur but scientist or research people, they discover something. That means they find something which is already existing on this planet, but no one has discovered, or no one has found this before. Now this happened maybe even centuries back, and still it is happening. Okay, like the scientists or the mathematicians, they discovered various formulae, or they discovered various chemicals which were already existing in the environment. Now, when people started traveling in, say, early centuries, they started discovering new lands. Okay, they started discovering new continents. Then astronauts or the people working at NASA and such, ISRO and all these institutions, they are still discovering the new solar systems, the new stars, the new planets. Now these are already existing in the universe, but because they have not found it earlier, they are discovering. So that is the meaning of discovery. Okay, even the ancient caves or ancient civilizations are getting discovered when the archaeological societies work in different parts of our country. Okay, so they discover something which was existing maybe centuries ago. So discovery is something where you find out something which is already existing. Okay, and sometimes uh, this discovery also may become a business, it may become a product or a service. Okay, so now this was only one characteristics which we saw today, but it has got a lot of what we can say perspectives, it has got a lot of flares. Yes, now we'll see one more characteristic today, and then we will stop. Okay. One more character. Now I would like to explain you about passion, and then we will stop today. Now, what is passion? Passion is something uh, which you really like, which you really love to do. Okay, all the human beings, they are passionate about some or the other skills which they are having. Okay, or one or the some or the other hobby which they want to pursue, which they want to develop. You like that thing so much that you can do it tirelessly hours in a day. You can do it tirelessly months. Okay, like suppose you are passionate about painting, you are passionate about playing hockey, you are passionate about singing, if you are a voracious reader, then you are passionate about reading. So passion is something which you like to do and which you tirelessly do, even sometimes without taking breaks, and you become a perfectionist in that skill, in that hobby, in that endeavor. Okay. Now, sometimes what happens is a person may be passionate about one or more things. Okay, like for example, a singer may be passionate also about lyrics. So he may be a singer as well as a lyricist. Okay, a movie director may be passionate about making movies as well as writing stories. So he may be the author for his stories and his movies, and also he is passionate about direction. Okay. Now you may find such examples right now also and in older times also. Like many scientists are great singers. They are passionate about doing research, they are passionate about their scientific knowledge, analysis, reading and researching, as well as they are passionate about singing. So you have to identify what you are passionate about. And many times, if you see, your passion will get converted into a business, it will get converted into an enterprise. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.